What is up, guys? My name is Blinky. I've been playing the game here for a couple of seasons and wanted to offer a little bit of advice on rolling your boons and some stuff here in the shop. Okay. Um, so I will really quickly share with you, and Don the Crown has got a really good video on this. Don't mind me, I was a kind of an idiot early on this season and lose some money I should not have. Rolling in this game is absolutely horrible. That being said, packs like this where you can select the one that you want, right, instead of trying to roll for it, are really, really helpful. So getting things like this, or wouldn't really suggest any of like the battle ones, but any of like the packs drop packed spirit is really helpful. Something else in the shop to be aware of is coming here to the Pact Spirit shop. You can exchange your insignias, right? So, like, let's say I got one of my Pact Spirits to like level 6 or something like that. Let's just say, like, one of these blue guys, which, happens, right? Let's say I upgrade them all the way. I'm going to have spare upgrades for this guy that I can then through the shop re-roll, if that makes sense, right? So if I come here to the pack shop, I exchange them, I get some of these, insight essences to then come in here and trade for other stuff. Okay, I would encourage you to save these. These cost 20, and they take a while to reload, but you pay two and a half that if you're impatient. So be patient. Wait for these to come back up. I think they are 14 days, which is, agreeably a long time. I agree with you 100%, but wait for those. You can also, if you are absolutely goated in a whale, you can pick up these. These are really nice as well. Um, but that being said, if you're a whale, you probably already rolled that. So a few things I wanted to talk about as far as the boons. Um, Doro and Kong are really fantastic pets. I would say from my personal experience, it seems maybe like Kong fits into more strategies than Doro does. Doro does really well with clockwork and having Alice. It's a different legendary pet. You can come in here to the memory and check out some of those. We can just look at the pack spirit. So, like Doro works really well with, I don't see her, this one right here. This is Alice. She works really well with this because Doro helps you get additional compasses, and Alice drops a lot of compasses to start, so it's kind of feeds on itself. Okay, we come back in here. There's a few different like materials you can use to draw. Okay, so there's this purple one. Okay, and that fills a lot of like the drop stuff, and then they've got here like these yellow ones. All of these are the battle pack spirits. Okay. Um, Outside of getting the free ones, I really would not recommend using your uh, Jagged Primo Chris to roll on battle pets. Um, Early on in the season, and especially when you're getting started, they're going to give you a couple. Um, I might save those boxes until you better know what class you really, really like to kind of give you an idea. Like my first season, I was back. I watched a lot of videos and was kind of looking for something easy to break into. So I went with Swaying Bonnie, Abyssal King Soul, and I think I got this Dreamweaver as well. Something, or this one. Sorry, this Portrait of the Fallen Saintess. Those were all really, really good for a specific erosion damage build off of that mind control that Thea 3 at that time was running. It was really good. There are lots of other classes of legendary heroes to look at, and there are some that are more useful than others. One example is this Poisoned Omen. She allows you to cast one additional curse. Really, really helpful. Good in a lot of different builds and, really good early on, I would say as well. Um, Dreamweaver just in general is pretty good because it's elemental damage, which covers a lot of the characters in the game. Okay. But there's going to be other stuff in here too. Like if we look at some of the other legendary heroes, some are going to be, like this one specifically for minions. If you really like all of the minion builds, you can go with something like that. There's going to be Knight of the Pale Blue is really good for clearing like Time Mark 7 or going through Supreme Showdown. Some of those can be really, really helpful for getting you through the game. A lot of people really like this Preserver of Eternity for leveling to 100. Um, but all of these are going to vary in their usefulness, but I would just really encourage you, don't get too impatient with opening those boxes and don't draw on those. There's plenty of other spots to get damage. I would say, just a quick note here on the pack page, early on, you can pick up some what are called destinies or fates. These add a lot of damage early on. You can just go with that base stat, so intelligence or strength or dex, and those are going to give multiplicative damage, which is really strong for you. And you can come in here and kind of fill in like this original effect was just additive damage, right? So plus damage, right? So instead of plus damage, you could go with intelligence, which would be an X damage. So you could get a multiplier instead of an additional damage. Um, Packs are really useful and strong. If you have any questions on that, let me know. But again, just a quick recap. So don't draw on the battle stuff outside of the free stuff. On like this one, you can come in here and pick your own, right? It gives you like a slightly higher chance to get whatever that pack spirit is. Don't use your Jagged Primo Chris on these. Use them instead on whatever the current season um, uh, boon is, right? So this season it was all about Vorax, right? So draw on the Vorax banner if it's, your first season. Draw on, we've got a new season coming up. Draw on those, right? On those pack spirits. They're going to give you a 1 out of 2 chance, right? As compared to, sorry, I opened the wrong page there. They're going to give you a 1 to 2 chance, whereas like if you come back here to something like cubed, you're going to get every 1 in 4, which feels really bad. So be aware of that. Drawing on the current season is always going to be a little bit more efficient for you. If you have any questions on that, let me know. But I think that's the video for now on the Pact Spirits. If you have anything, just let me know. Thanks, guys.